What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to C-Real Productions. Deadpool and Wolverine is officially out, you guys. This is going to be my spoiler review or spoiler discussion for Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you haven't seen it, do not watch this video. Like, share, but then watch the movie, then come back, you guys, because I don't want any of these big reveals ruined for you guys, because I care about how you guys experience movies. So last warning. Spoilers. Let's talk Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, right off the bat, you guys, my anticipation for this film was over the roof. Ever since that first announcement of Hugh Jackman coming back to play Wolverine, I was ecstatic. I was so hyped. This movie delivered the best Wolverine we've ever had, you guys. And I feel like that is in all medium. Comics, shows, films. Yes, you guys, Hugh Jackman as this particular Wolverine was better than his Wolverine in Logan. And I loved Logan, you guys. Loved it with all of my heart. This shit was phenomenal from start to finish. I really want to talk about the meat and potatoes. The direction of this film, Shawn Levy directed the hell out of this movie, you guys. It makes me upset that he's not in talks to direct Secret Wars and Avengers 5. He was so incredibly great at directing this movie. The action sequences, holy crap. Some of the best we've ever seen in MCU and the best. This is the best Deadpool film of all time. Better than the first one and better than Deadpool 2, you guys. Shawn Levy, thank you so much. You've now put out your best film, in my opinion. Big Fat Liar has always been my favorite Shawn Levy film, you guys. But Deadpool and Wolverine now takes that top spot, you guys. I'm so excited to talk about it. I'm really excited. I want to talk about legacy first, because this film, it really leans on legacy. And what I mean by legacy, you guys, is Marvel legacy. Marvel legacy over the last 30 years, or 25 years, so to say, dating back to the first Blade film. Legacy. It is important that we've all watched all of the Marvel movies since the early 2000s. Literally all of them. Because there are callbacks. There are characters who show up in this movie. So I feel bad for this new generation who've never seen Elektra, who've never seen some of these earlier Marvel films. What's that? Who's him? It makes no sense to me, right? Legacy is so important, you guys. And I love the fact that these characters got these redemption arcs. The sense of purpose, you guys, was really fulfilling. And that is just as a whole story, as a whole. Wolverine's his sense of purpose, and Deadpool and his sense of purpose. That was the main thing about this film, and I loved it. Deadpool was struggling. Well, Wade was struggling, trying to find a purpose. What do I do? The love of my life doesn't love me anymore. I can't progress in life. There are some real good mediums in this film that really hit home, and failure. It's all just played so well into the plot of the film. Really good. So the story, you guys, was good. The story was good. The action was phenomenal. Let's talk about cameos. Because that's what everybody really wants to talk about. Cameos. Who appeared? What showed up? Boy, oh boy. When Wade was looking for the Wolverines, and they had that whole panel of just different Wolverines, I lost my mind. Because it was literally ripped from the comic book, from the page to the big screen, of just so comic book accurate. The authenticity, you guys, was through the charts. I was just geeking out so hard. The different variants of Wolverine. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. It was huge. And then Henry Cavill, you guys, he was Wolverine. I was like, oh shit, dude, that rumor was true, you guys. I reported on that shit a couple of months ago, saying that Henry Cavill would play some kind of variant of Wolverine, and he looked good. Could Henry Cavill be Wolverine moving forward? It's a possibility. He's no longer Superman, and he's no longer in The Witcher. So that was a massive cameo. And then the legacy characters returning, you guys, of that being Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade. Did not expect that whatsoever, especially because of him and Ryan Reynolds' relationship in Blade Trinity. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. They're working together. The Daywalker's back. Wesley Snipes got to return as Blade before Mahershala Ali even appeared on screen as Blade, you guys. I couldn't believe it. Elektra showed up as well, and X-23 from Logan, and then Channing Tatum finally getting his moment, finally getting his opportunity to shine as Gambit. It was phenomenal. They all had a great sense of purpose. So it wasn't just cameo porn. It really wasn't. There was purpose behind their roles, you guys. There was a deep meaning to the story with these characters. They were all stuck in the void. Going after Cassandra Nova and teaming up with Wolverine and Deadpool, it felt so right, you guys. It felt so good. So incredibly good. So seeing all the legacy characters return, seeing them get to do their action, seeing Gambit finally on the big screen, you guys, was such a fan service moment. I was geeking out left and right. I was like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Like I said, this is probably the second best theater experience for a movie that I've ever had since Avengers Endgame. Like, I was laughing, I was cheering, I got emotional, everything, you guys. It was such a sense of fulfillment from the legacy characters and my love for the Marvel movies since day one. I'm 33 this year. I've been watching these movies for quite some time. So it's all coming full circle. And me being a fan of this shit since I was a child, I feel great about it. I really, really do. Ryan Reynolds really shines as Deadpool in this one. He is as perfect as Patrick Stewart as Professor X. There is nobody who can play Wade in Deadpool. He is so good. The color is so vibrant on the suit. Like I said, the way everything about it was freaking awesome. The comedy, you guys, I laughed so hard. This is the funniest MCU movie to date. It was absolutely hilarious. Being Marvel's first R-rated project was so fitting and proper. It was pizza chef, you guys. I'm going to talk about Wolverine last. Cassandra Nova, the villain, the TVA, they have all their purpose, right? Their purpose in life. The TVA and what's his name? Oh my God, I'm forgetting that dude's name. Not their Mobius of their that particular TVA. He was actually pretty funny, you know what I mean? And he had his hidden agendas of that's why he needed, Wade in order to, fulfill those hidden agendas. Or finding out that, Logan dying in Wade's particular universe, which I didn't know. Now it makes all sense in the world that particular anchor, when you have that anchor die in your universe will perish. So I was like, oh, damn, that's interesting. I feel like they're going to continue on with that moving forward, leading into, Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars, because I kind of like that concept. I think I did report on that not too long ago. Like, somebody reported on that, some inside scooper, and then, I did do a video on that. But I was like, oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And seeing Cassandra Nova, Cassandra Nova was a pretty good villain, I saw some reviews saying that, she was like the weak part of the film, but I like Cassandra Nova. I thought she was extremely powerful. She was menacing. She was funny when she had to be. She was dope. And when she went full blown, she did her thing, look at another cameo appearance by my boy Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, you guys. I was like, holy shit. That was such a sight to see. At first, I thought he was going to be Captain America. Everybody in the theater was like, Cap. And I was like, no, wait a minute. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, was perfect. He was perfect. He was hilarious. This isn't the first time that they've worked together, Sean Levy and Chris Evans. He made a cameo appearance in Free Guy. So I'm like, it makes all the sense in the world. I love the fact that he came back, you guys. I love how meta this shit was. I love how self-aware this film was with its jokes, taking jabs at Disney and taking jabs at certain groups. It was perfect. Like, them joining the MCU at a low point, the whole crowd was like, oh, even I was like, damn, true. But everything about this movie just felt so right. Like, it felt incredibly well established. It knew what it was doing, you know what I mean? It didn't try to be something else. And I really loved it so much. The third act was freaking phenomenal. Seeing all the Deadpool variants was freaking awesome. To see Lady Deadpool played by Blake Lively. The only reason why I know about that because I saved for the mid-credit rolls or whatever. It was so good. Dogpool was adorable. Every time he was on screen, my heart just melted. I was like, you are an ugly dog, but I think I love you. Like, it was so cool seeing all those variant Deadpools and then seeing Peter come to the rescue, because Peter is Deadpool's friend in every universe, all those variants. You know, I love that he was the key. That was so freaking awesome to see, man. I'm telling you guys, this movie did everything right. From, you know, the seriousness. When it needed to be serious, it took itself serious. When it needed some laughter, you know, we got some great comedy. You know, there was, and the soundtrack too. The soundtrack was really, really good. The soundtrack was phenomenal. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, you guys. Boy, oh boy. This man delivered. And he delivered on every single level you can imagine. He was so good. Seeing this broken down Wolverine, knowing that he failed his universe and his X-Men because he was off getting drunk, and seeing him become the hero, the Wolverine that he's known in other universes, was that sense of purpose and fulfillment for me. I was like, man, what a moment. The costume, seeing him in the classic yellow and blue was so beautiful. I got like goosebumps. Even though I seen it in the trailers and stills, I got goosebumps just watching it again. I was like, man, it only took 20 some odd years for this shit to happen. And it finally happened. It was perfect. You know, and I love the purpose of him wearing the costume because, you know, it was his way of not getting back, but like kind of sliding his X-Men. Like, he wanted to be there, but he didn't want to show them that. You know, I'm not going to wear that costume. Scott wanted me to wear it. You know, Jean did, Beast and Storm. And that's why he was even wearing it under his actual clothes. So the whole sense of purpose for that costume, I feel like played a big full circle for the character as a whole of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine's legacy. It only took 20 some odd years, but it was perfect. And I think that everything happens for a reason. So I'm glad that we didn't get it in the early 2000s, because it wouldn't have looked as good as it did when we got it in Deadpool and Wolverine. They made a story out of it. I guarantee you, if he would have appeared in that costume 15, 20 years ago, that whole, you know, story arc of his costume wouldn't have been there at all. Not at all, you guys. And seeing him don the mask, holy shit. Perfect. The white eyes. That third act of seeing Wolverine and Deadpool work together, you guys. Seeing their relationship fully come, you know, full circle. Them finally getting along with each other. Them knowing the one true purpose that they both have to sacrifice in order to become the hero that they want to be. Perfect. Hugh Jackman was yoked. He was ripped. I was like, damn, Hugh Jackman, you getting me all hot and bothered. He looks so incredibly great as Wolverine. I can't stress it enough. This Wolverine was perfect. Like, it's going to be hard to top this, whoever Kevin Feige decides, you know, to be the new Wolverine in the MCU moving forward. It's going to be incredibly difficult because it doesn't get any better than this. And see him in the different costumes, seeing the Hulk show up to another cameo appearance, you guys. He was like, didn't you fight the Hulk in that costume? I was like, oh shit. And he showed up. I was like, this is so good. Give me a Wolverine versus Hulk film and I'll be the happiest mofo on the planet. Happiest mofo on the planet, you guys. So good. We didn't get cameos from our legacy X-Men characters. That I thought that would happen at some point, but we didn't. No Professor X, no Cyclops, no Jean, no Storm. They were mentioned, obviously, but I felt so fulfilled with everything we have already gotten, so it didn't bother me that we didn't get those characters. I was completely fine with that. I was like, it's cool with me. We got legacy characters. We got Blade. We got, Chris Evans, the Human Torch. We got Channing Tatum's the Gambit. Like, that is fine with me. Fine and dandy. You guys, second best MCU movie of all time. And that's where I'm going to end it on this video. Endgame, Deadpool and Wolverine. It was absolutely a wild experience. Something I'll never forget. I'm singing it again tomorrow morning and I cannot wait. I'm so ecstatic about it. I told my wife, I was like, be prepared. I got the Wolverine bucket back there. I don't know if you can see. It's definitely dope. And I got the Deadpool one, the cup, and Wolverine is in the back behind him, you guys. But what a wild experience, man. Action, score, story, performances, everything. Seeing Daphne Keane return as, X-23, seeing all the legacy characters return, whipping ass, the redemption arcs was absolutely good. The subtle jabs, I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Seeing Wesley, you guys, Perfect. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about Deadpool and Wolverine. We are talking spoilers, so don't be afraid. Fill it with spoilers down below. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching C-World Productions. Peace.